The man who will be discussed today is striking in his physical form and appearance. It seems that he is no more than 40 years old, but in fact he is 60. Today we will analyze the story of a man who literally breaks the idea of aging, and more importantly, does it not with the help of miracle pills or a genetic lottery, but through a system accessible to almost everyone. Today you will find out what secrets and principles he manages to stay so young and energetic. Watch this video to the end. It will be very interesting and useful. So, let's get started. His name is Stefan Saxinger. He is over 60, but his appearance, energy, and lifestyle are more like a man decades younger. And if you dig deeper, it becomes clear. This is not an accident or lucky genes. This is the result of a specific approach to life that he has been building for years. An approach where health is not a separate part of life, but its foundation. The first place to start is holistic health. Stefan Saxinger doesn't just exercise or eat right. He looks at the body as a single system where the body, psyche, habits, and even the environment interact with each other. It's not about going to the gym 3 times a week and hoping for the best. It's about understanding that lack of sleep, stress, lack of exercise, and poor nutrition are not separate problems, but a chain reaction that accelerates aging. A holistic approach means that you can't compensate for poor sleep with a good workout. You can't buy off with proper nutrition if you live in constant stress. The body takes everything into account. And that's why people who seem to be doing everything right sometimes still look and feel worse than they could. Stefan builds his life so that each part supports the other. Sleep is not just a rest, but a recovery of the nervous system. Movement is not just a workout, but an incentive for cell renewal. Nutrition is not just calories, but building blocks for the body. The result is a synergy effect, when each habit enhances the others, rather than trying to compensate for their absence. The next key element is hardening and working with cold. And here, many people are already mentally starting to grimace, imagining an icy shower and suffering. But this has a very specific physiological logic. When the body is confronted with cold, it perceives it as stress, but not the destructive stress that we get from chronic fatigue or anxiety, but short-term controlled stress. Such stress triggers protective mechanisms. Blood circulation improves, recovery processes are activated, and resistance to external stress increases. Regular hardening trains blood vessels. They become more elastic and react faster to temperature changes. This directly affects the appearance. The skin receives more oxygen and nutrients, and the aging process slows down. In addition, cold activates brown fat, a special type of adipose tissue that helps the body burn energy to maintain temperature. This means that the body begins to use resources more efficiently and the metabolism works more actively. But it is important to understand that the key is not in extremity, but in regularity. Stefan Saxinger does not heroically try to endure the icy water for the sake of the "I could" effect. He does this systematically, gradually adapting the body. That is why his body perceives the cold not as a threat, but as an incentive for development. The third basis of his approach is daily physical activity. And here too, there's an important nuance. It's not about killing yourself in the gym or setting records. It's about consistency. With age, the body naturally loses muscle mass, bone density decreases, and metabolism slows down. If nothing is done, this process is escalating. But regular workouts literally give the body a signal. We're still using these resources, don't write them off. Stefan trains every day, but not necessarily to the limit. It combines different types of exercise, strength exercises, functional movements, and body weight work. This allows you to use different muscle groups, maintain balance, and avoid overloads. Physical activity affects not only the body but also the brain. Blood supply improves, the level of neurotrophic factors increases, substances that support the health of neurons. As a result, clarity of thinking, reaction speed, and learning ability are preserved. And what is especially important is that regular training builds discipline, and discipline in turn becomes the basis for all other habits. It's not about motivation that comes and goes. It's about a system that works regardless of your mood. But even all this together does not give the full effect without one more element: an active lifestyle in general. Stefan Saxinger does not limit movement to training. He lives actively. This means that movement is embedded in his daily routine: walking, working outdoors, and constantly changing activities. The body is not in a state of sitting all day and then exercising for an hour. It is always on. This approach reduces the overall level of inflammation in the body, improves the functioning of the cardiovascular system, and maintains a high level of energy. Because energy is not something that appears by itself. It's the result of how you use your body. And here comes an interesting point. Many people perceive aging as a process that happens by itself. But in fact, a significant part of it is the consequences of accumulated habits: lack of mobility, chronic stress, poor sleep, lack of adaptation to stress. Stefan Saxinger shows that this process cannot be stopped completely, but significantly slowed down, and even more, to change its direction. His approach is not based on extremes. He's not looking for quick fixes. He builds a system where every action makes sense and reinforces the rest. Holistic health provides the foundation. Hardening trains adaptation. Physical activity supports the body, and an active lifestyle makes it all a part of everyday life. And the result is not just looking younger, it turns out to live in a different way, with a lot of energy, with a better feeling of well-being, with a sense of control over your condition. The most interesting thing here is that none of these elements are inaccessible. There is no secret formula that can be bought. There is only one choice: to live by inertia or to start gradually changing the system in which you exist. And perhaps the most uncomfortable conclusion from this whole story is that time really does affect the body, but it is much more strongly influenced by how exactly you spend this time. Friends, what do you think about this man? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with someone who might find it particularly useful.